Joseph Vissarionovich Jugashvili, later known as Joseph Stalin, was born in 1878 in Gori, Georgia. This small town, nestled in the Caucasus Mountains, was part of the Russian Empire at the time. His early life was marked by poverty and hardship. The region was economically underdeveloped, and many families, including Stalin's, struggled to make ends meet. Stalin's father, a cobbler by trade, was a violent alcoholic who often took out his frustrations on his family. Eventually he abandoned them, leaving young Stalin and his mother to fend for themselves. His mother, a devout Orthodox Christian, worked tirelessly to support her son. She took on various jobs, including laundry and house cleaning, to ensure that Stalin had a chance at a better life. Despite his difficult upbringing, Stalin excelled academically. He was a bright student showing a particular talent for languages and literature, which earned him a scholarship. He received a scholarship to attend the Tiflis Theological Seminary, a prestigious religious institution in the capital of Georgia. This was a significant opportunity for someone from his background. However, Stalin's rebellious nature and growing interest in Marxist ideology led to his expulsion in 1899. He was increasingly drawn to the ideas of revolution and social change, which clashed with the seminary's conservative teachings. Following his expulsion, Stalin became increasingly involved in revolutionary activities. He joined underground groups and began organizing workers, spreading Marxist ideas, and participating in strikes. He joined the Russian Social Democratic Labour Party in 1898 and quickly rose through the ranks. His dedication and organizational skills made him a valuable asset to the party. Stalin's organizational skills, ruthless pragmatism, and unwavering loyalty to Vladimir Lenin, the party's leader, would prove crucial in the years to come. He became one of Lenin's most trusted lieutenants. The early 1900s were a turbulent time in Russia, marked by social unrest, political repression, and economic hardship. The working class was increasingly discontented with the Tsarist regime. The 1905 revolution, a failed attempt to overthrow the Tsarist autocracy, further radicalized Stalin and solidified his commitment to revolutionary change. This period of turmoil set the stage for the more significant upheavals that were to come. The Bolsheviks, a radical faction within the Russian Social Democratic Labour Party, seized power in the 1917 October Revolution led by Vladimir Lenin. This marked a pivotal moment in Russian history as the Bolsheviks aimed to dismantle the old regime and establish a socialist state. The revolution was characterized by its swift and decisive actions, which caught many by surprise and led to the eventual downfall of the provisional government. Stalin, though not a central figure in the revolution, played a crucial role in the subsequent civil war. His involvement was instrumental in the Bolsheviks' efforts to maintain control over the vast territories of the former Russian Empire. The Civil War was a brutal and chaotic period, with multiple factions vying for power, but Stalin's strategic acumen helped the Bolsheviks secure key victories. He served as a commissar, overseeing military operations and securing resources for the Bolshevik cause. His ability to manage logistics and supply lines was critical in ensuring that the Red Army remained well-equipped and capable of facing their adversaries. Stalin's role in these operations demonstrated his organizational skills and his commitment to the Bolshevik ideology. As the Bolsheviks consolidated power, Stalin's influence grew. He became increasingly involved in the inner workings of the party, positioning himself as a key player in the new Soviet government. His rise was marked by his ability to navigate the complex political landscape, forging alliances and outmaneuvering potential rivals. He was appointed General Secretary of the Communist Party in 1922, a seemingly insignificant position that granted him control over party appointments and bureaucracy. This role allowed Stalin to place loyalists in key positions, gradually building a network of supporters who would back his bid for power. The General Secretary position, often overlooked by others, became the cornerstone of Stalin's strategy to dominate the party. Stalin shrewdly used this position to build a loyal power base within the party apparatus. By controlling appointments, he ensured that those who owed their positions to him remained loyal, creating a solid foundation for his future ambitions. This methodical approach to consolidating power was a testament to Stalin's political savvy and his understanding of the importance of loyalty and control. Following Lenin's death in 1924, a power struggle erupted within the Communist Party. The vacuum left by Lenin's passing led to intense competition among the party's top leaders, each vying to become his successor. Stalin, leveraging his established network and strategic acumen, positioned himself as a leading contender in this high-stakes battle for control. Stalin, through a combination of political maneuvering, propaganda, and ruthless elimination of rivals, emerged as the undisputed leader of the Soviet Union by the late 1920s. His tactics included discrediting opponents, manipulating party rules, and using propaganda to shape public perception. Stalin's ability to outmaneuver his rivals was a key factor in his rise to power. Stalin's rise to power was aided by his cunning and manipulative personality. He was adept at reading the political landscape and exploiting opportunities to his advantage. His ability to anticipate and counter the moves of his rivals allowed him to stay one step ahead in the power struggle. He was a master of deception and propaganda, effectively utilizing the party's control over the media to shape public opinion and demonize his opponents. By controlling the narrative, Stalin was able to present himself as the rightful leader and protector of the Soviet state, while casting his rivals as enemies of the people. This manipulation of public perception was a crucial element of his strategy to consolidate power. Having secured his position as leader, Stalin wasted no time in consolidating his power. He understood that to maintain his grip on the Soviet Union, he needed to eliminate any potential threats to his authority. Stalin moved swiftly and decisively to root out any opposition. He employed the Soviet secret police to arrest individuals who were suspected of disloyalty or dissent. These actions were not limited to high-ranking officials, but extended to ordinary citizens as well. He orchestrated a series of show trials which were highly publicized events designed to purge the Communist Party of anyone deemed disloyal or insufficiently supportive of his policies. These trials were a spectacle meant to demonstrate the consequences of opposing Stalin. These purges, known as the Great Terror, were not just limited to the political elite. They targeted a broad spectrum of society, including intellectuals, military leaders, and even ordinary workers. The goal was to instill fear and ensure that no one would dare to challenge Stalin's rule. Millions were arrested, imprisoned in labor camps, or executed based on fabricated charges of sabotage, espionage, or counter-revolutionary activity. The scale of the repression was unprecedented, and the impact on Soviet society was profound. Stalin's paranoia and thirst for absolute power fueled the Great Terror. He saw enemies everywhere and believed that only through ruthless measures could he secure his position and the future of the Soviet state. He viewed any dissent, real or imagined, as a threat to his regime and the socialist project. The state apparatus was mobilized to monitor, report, and eliminate any form of opposition. The purges created a climate of fear and suspicion, ensuring absolute obedience and crushing any potential opposition. People were afraid to speak out, and even close friends and family members could not be trusted. The elimination of his rivals and the silencing of dissent allowed Stalin to solidify his control over the Soviet Union. He emerged as the unchallenged leader with the power to shape the future of the nation according to his vision. He established a totalitarian state characterized by single-party rule, censorship, and the suppression of individual liberties. The Soviet Union under Stalin became a place where loyalty to the leader was paramount, and any deviation from the party line was met with severe consequences. Stalin's economic policies aimed to rapidly transform the Soviet Union from a predominantly agrarian society into an industrial and military powerhouse. He implemented a series of 5-year plans, focusing on centralized economic planning and rapid industrial growth. One of Stalin's most controversial policies was collectivization, the forced consolidation of individual peasant farms into collective farms. This policy aimed to increase agricultural output and provide resources for industrialization. However, it was met with widespread resistance from peasants, leading to violence, famine, and mass deportations. Despite the human cost, Stalin's economic policies achieved significant results. The Soviet Union underwent rapid industrialization, transforming itself into a major military power by the eve of World War II. However, this progress came at the expense of individual liberty, economic equality, and human life.